It's one of those situations where despite having only 5 batsmen, here we were talking about a possible floater. We were saying, do they need to go aggressive? But they just didn't do the job.
But you asked me for reaction, and the reaction is has to be no reaction. I think that will be the case with the Indian team as well. When you have days like this, there's no point looking too much into it. You just couldn't get yourself going. As simple as that. You lost that early wicket. See the importance of that early wickets we often speak about. But when you have a batter shot and you lose early wicket, it's just gonna straight away double that pressure, for the batsman coming in, and you saw that in David Padikal's dismissal as well. With that many number of deliveries in this format, if you play, you are going to feel that pressure. Add to that, the thin batting order. So one thing after another was just happening, and I was saying, like Harsha didn't press the button. I think Indian team also didn't press that start button today to get things going.
Zach was waiting to get back at you on that one. I tried to express that in very different words, but the fast bowler let down one of those lethal fast ones of his, Harsha.
It's technology. My buttons are on. It's technology. I'm telling you, this technology wasn't working for India. This technology is creating hassles. Want to look for a bright spot? It is at the last 5 overs with the fastest scoring 5 overs of the innings. The power play 5 overs produced 25, the last 5 produced 26. But I'll just come back to the point I was making, and a serious point as well, that number 6 and 7 in the middle overs are blocking. See the run rate, 2.9 in the middle overs, 6 and 7 batted a fair bit in that. If you look at the partnership in there, the partnership was pretty substantial in terms of overs played. They put on 19 in 6 overs, thereabouts. 19 is not big by any standards, but in today's context, they were blocking. Bhuvneshwar 6, Kuldeep Yadav 7. They were blocking because you don't know what you can get from 8, 9, 10, and I think it takes a lot to be number 11 in this side. So I think the shallowness of the batting finally got to them, but blocking was not going to win you the game anyway. There's a deeper question though, which is, are our brightest young talents good enough on slow pitches where the ball is turning?
Yeah, I think that's a question I'd like to pose, because you're going to have situations like that. If you talk about a T20 World Cup, you won't necessarily have the quickest surfaces necessarily. Yes, you'll have a little bit of a dress rehearsal when it comes to the IPL, but it's a fair point to make because you're not always going to play on friendly surfaces.
True, I think, and also the wrist spinners. If you look at the numbers, you'll find that there is a story which always unfolds. There are questions which have been imposed earlier as well. And this Indian batting lineup over the years have been predominantly great players of pace. That they've kind of adapted themselves. Maybe it started in the decade of 2000. The first decade actually was all about winning overseas, and is Indian batting lineup good enough to play the fast bowling? I think they've just worked on it so much that the spin aspect actually have been at times we've seen been troubling to the best of the batters as well, and today was no exception. Wanindu Hasaranga with that new ball, the Googly Ruturaj Gaikwad missing that, Sanju Samson missing the length, shows that wrist spinners at times have been putting this Indian batting lineup in under pressure, provided there was a little bit of help.